Hello, everyone. It's saying I'm live, so hopefully you can see me. My name is Darren McFarlane from Next Level Mentoring, and I'm here to kind of talk to you about some of my own tips that I've gained through countless mentoring sessions I've had, either as a mentor or a mentee. So I just want to pass this on to you in this one. And I want to just say thanks to people who are watching later on. And if anybody is in Perth watching this, geez, it's hot right now. My office doesn't have an aircon, so I am feeling it. Anyway, we're going to jump straight into it. You don't need to hear about my temperature problems. So first kind of tip I would give you is right at the start, before you embark on your mentoring journey, but if you're already on one, you can still take the time to do this, is have some goals in mind for your mentoring. That's the number one thing to have. So lots of people get assigned a mentor and they go in expecting like to be given lots of great knowledge, and you will learn even through those sessions without goals, but having goals makes it more effective, which means you'll get more benefits from it. So a simple thing I say is ask yourself, firstly, why am I wanting a mentor? Why have I signed up to a mentoring program my company may be running? Or why have I gone out to find a mentor? Why have I signed up to Next Level Mentoring who will find me a great mentor? Why? So an example, so once you know your why, you can then go, okay, what do I want to achieve with mentoring? So what do I want to get out of it? Now I've worked out why I wanted a mentor. What do I want to get out of it? What would be kind of good, tangible outcomes? And then when you answer to those two questions, the third thing is, well, what are my goals? Should be easy for you. So a good example here is, why am I wanting a mentor? Well, to be honest, I'm in a bit of a shitty job. I don't really like it. I'm looking for inspiration. I want to get more confidence to actually start to get out there and see what else I can do with my life. Live something, a purposeful life. So that's my why. That's why I want to get a mentor. Okay, so what do you want to achieve from your mentoring? Well, as I said, I actually want, what do I want? I want a mentor to help me, to kind of give me guidance and advice and to help me think about what I want to do, where I want to go, what would be good for me, and maybe potentially give me some guidance on how best to do that based on their experience. But ultimately, just have someone to talk to around the thoughts I'm having, because there's got to be some better reason why I'm on this planet to what I'm doing right now. And then when you write your goals, they're easy to do. So that's an example of that there. So start with goals in mind. Okay, the second one I would highly recommend, and I see this happen all the time, is don't give up your mentoring. Don't give it up. So what people do is they get a mentor and let's say you're meeting up, you've probably had 2 or 3 meetings, and in your mind you're going, well, I'm not getting as much value from this as I expected. And then so your next meeting, maybe something else comes over the top of it, another meeting from your boss or something important. And you go, okay, I'm actually going to have to attend that. Oh, I'll reschedule another time. And then you never do. And then you feel a bit guilty about not rescheduling. So that guilt means you never reach out to them again and your mentoring fizzles out. Don't give it up, because mentoring, the more you do it with your mentor, the more sessions you have, the more effective it becomes. It becomes exponential. You both start to understand each other and you both start to get really deeper into the goals you're wanting to achieve. You really start to notice the benefits of mentoring. So if you're right now in that situation where you're like, well, I've had 2 or 3 sessions, I don't think it's that good, don't give it up. You can make the changes. Maybe you don't have goals in mind, or maybe you don't have structure, and we'll talk about that later, or something else. But don't give it up, because it was hard for you to find a mentor. Now you've got it, don't give it up. So that's probably my number 2 tip there. And I see too many people do that. They get to 2 to 3 months, they're thinking they're going to get results like that. And you're not really. But in 6 months, time, you're going to have great results. In 7 months' time, even better. 8 months' time, even better than that. That's how mentoring works. So number 3, and I just mentioned it before, you need to add structure to your mentoring meetings. So you don't want them just turning into nice coffee chats where you're just like, oh, I met John several times. We had really nice conversations, but it didn't really go anywhere. I got some value from it and some knowledge, but that was really about it. If you add some structure to your mentoring meetings, it will make them significantly more effective, and you'll get so much more value from it. So one thing that I use, and I give all the next level mentoring mentees and mentors training on and give them the template, is the ABCD template. I printed out a copy. So I just want to show you this. So let's see, I can see, yep, here we go, ABCD. And what it stands for is A stands for achievements, B benefits, C concerns, and D do next. This is just a mock-up example I've given here. And what that is I fill this in every time before I'm meeting my mentor. So I will complete this a day before, and it takes me about 30 minutes to maybe 45. But I really think about, what have I done this last period since I saw my mentor? What achievements, stroke activities have I done? This is a bit more transactional, the achievements part. Then the benefits. Well, what benefits did it bring me? Like, what benefits has all this done? So this is you starting to get a bit more deeper. This is where the reflection is required, the time to take. Concerns, what's bugging me right now? What's bothering me? What am I actually, probably something I want to, these are maybe things I want to talk to my mentor about. And then the do next. This is you starting to think about, what am I going to do about my concerns? Now, there might be other items on this do next that are not related to concerns. That's fine. But what am I going to do about it? So this is you starting to think of your solutions. You give this to your mentor a day before, and they get to read it. So they could sit and go, all right, Darren, okay, I can see what he's achieved, activity. Yeah, we talked about that. That's really good. The benefits. Oh, I never thought about that benefit. That's a really interesting benefit he gained from this. Okay. His concerns. Oh, he's got the same concern again. We definitely need to talk about that one and work on it. This is a new one. No, I've seen this before. Do next. Okay, I can see what he's trying to do. He can get into your head. He or she, sorry, can get into your head and really understand where you're at. So when you come together in your meeting, you're hitting the ground running. It's not just you come together and your mentor goes, hey, Darren, so what have you been doing since we last met? And you're like, and you can remember what you did in the morning. You maybe luckily remember what you did yesterday, but you don't have the time to reflect on what you did a week before, 2 weeks before. So the ABCD template gives you that clarity, allows you to reflect, passes that on to the mentor. So when you come together, you're hitting the ground running, solving problems. Perfect. Okay, so the number 4 in here, I've got my list up here, so I'm just trying to get it. You want to make it exciting for your mentor. You want your mentor to be engaged in the journey you're going on. You want him to be wanting to turn up, driving the sessions, helping you as much as you can. To do that is to make it exciting. I got given that tip when I was a mentee from one of my mentors several years ago. I think in a roundabout way, he was telling me, Darren, you got to make it more exciting to me. But he was storytelling and telling me that about other people. And so I really learned from that. So it kind of goes back to your goals and what you're trying to achieve, but really start to shoot for the stars, dream big. What are you wanting to do? Here's a chance for you in a kind of safe area, safe space, to really talk about your passions and what you want to actually do in life. And get your mentor engaged. They'll be like, yeah, okay, let's do this. What are we going to do about it? Bang, okay. Month on month, you're engaged, you're going, you're there. So, like, for example, my mentor, Dave, when I meet up with him and I might be having a bit of a down day, he is like, but remember your purpose, this is what you're going for. You're trying to get mentoring out to more people. You want to unlock people's potential. And it's like almost like, yeah, you're right. That is exactly what I'm doing. So That's what you want to do. Make it exciting for your mentor so they turn up engaged and they turn up all the time. Perfect. Number 5, your mentor is not your manager. Your mentor shouldn't be your manager, but he isn't your man. He or she, sorry, I keep saying he, it's just as a reflect, so apologies for that. He or she isn't your manager and isn't your problem solver. So what do we mean by that? Well, too many people go into mentoring, they're saying, well, I'm getting someone who's more experienced and they are going to help solve my problems. So they meet up in the first session and they go, all right, I have these problems. What should I do? I have this problem with a direct report. What should I do? I have this problem that I feel my career is stagnating. What should I do? What should I do? Put it onto the mentor every time. That shouldn't be the way it is. You should really be discussing your issues with your mentor, but they're not shouldn't be telling you the answers. They should be asking you the questions and helping you come up with the answers, because there's many ways to solve a problem. And the way that you solve a problem might be different to the way the mentor solves a problem. And the mentor may give you like a solution to a problem that might actually not match your current situation. So don't go in expecting your mentor to solve all your problems, because you're never really going to move yourself to the next level in that case. It's just going to be the spoon feeding that you've probably been spoon-fed on your way up to here, and you're continuing to be spoon-fed answers. And you're not actually taking the time to realize that you have the power within to solve your own problems. And once you realize that, that unlocks so much of your potential, and you will really start to flourish when that happens. So number 5, remember, they're not your manager or your problem solver. So number 6, you want to establish trust and confidentiality. We say the same thing, of course, to the mentors. But really, anything that's discussed in your sessions, stick with you and the mentor. Why am I giving this tip to the mentee? Because I also want you to drive that part about trust and confidentiality. Drive the conversation about what you want to talk about and what you don't want to talk about. And be open to what you're willing to share and stuff. Have the conversation up front and then continue to touch back into the conversation. There may be a time where the mentor says to you, okay, what you're saying, I know somebody that could help you. Am I willing to share that? And you have the right to say yes or no. It's up to you. But establish that circle of trust and confidentiality with your mentor means you can be your true self in these mentoring meetings. And that really, again, is what makes your mentoring meetings the most effective. You're not guarded. Realizing your mentor has no biases is just, that's really the beauty of mentoring. You can just talk about all the things you probably can't talk about to other people. Number 7. So your mentor is really doing this free. I was about to say for free, but I have a friend who gets so annoyed when you add the word for in front of free. So I'm teaching myself. Your mentor is doing it free. He or she is doing it through altruism, helping other people, especially next level mentoring. None of the mentors get paid. They're doing it because they want to help you. And that's a good thing about the program. They want to help you. They're not, I've had people signing up saying, oh, do we get paid as mentors? And I say, no. And they actually say, okay, I don't want to be part of that program. And that's totally fine. They may use mentoring as a source of their income, but the mentors who sign up for next level mentoring are doing it through altruism, that giving back to other people. But because they're doing that, I want you to give back to them. Mentoring is actually a two-way street of learning. The mentor normally learns just as much as the mentee from the discussions, reading your ABCD templates, whatever it may be. They start to actually reflect on their journey and what they're doing. And there's solutions that you're coming up with that they're going, I could actually do that as well. That's a great idea. So you have knowledge, experience, and skills that your mentor won't have, regardless of the age difference, regardless of the career position difference, whatever it may be. You have skills, experience, and knowledge that they will not have. That's just a given. You've done things that they won't have done. So find the opportunity to share that with your mentor, and that will strengthen your relationship even more. They'll even start to move it to a mentor-mentor relationship, which is the most beautiful relationship in mentoring. Because then at that point, It's a friendship, but you're coming together, helping each other, and that will last for years, if not centuries. That's how good it is. So share with your mentor. And my final tip, just a little small one to end with, is your mentor will have lots of knowledge in their head. But just like you, some of that is parked in the back of their brain, just sitting there. So you need to engage that knowledge. You need to engage that part of their brain where it goes, I remember that. Actually, I've done something about that, and start to move it to the forefront so they can talk about it. And to do that, you got to discuss it. So ensure that you're having lots of discussions. You as the mentee should be probably doing more of the talking than the mentor. But doing the feeling like you're doing that talking is actually great for the mentor, because they're listening to you actively, and at the same time getting those bits of nuggets that are stuck here that they haven't maybe used for 5-10 years, and getting it to the forefront. And that there'll be one nugget that will come, they'll just make you go, oh, that's brilliant. So engage that in conversation. Okay, so to finish this off, you've been seeing the little ticker that's running through. We're running a webinar tomorrow, actually. Normally it'll be every Friday, but I'm actually off to Rottnest this Friday, which will be fun. So tomorrow we're running a webinar at 10 a.m. At Perth time, so Western Australia time. I'll call Grow Yourself to Your Next Level with Mentoring. And here I'll discuss this. I'll also discuss benefits of mentoring, and I'll explain how you can best get a mentor. So please register for that at www.nextlevelmentoring.com.au/grow-mentoring. Put in your email, register for that. You'll get the link to the Zoom webinar for tomorrow, where we'll go into more details. And if you're already ahead of the curve and you actually just want to find your mentor now, please visit our website, www.nextlevelmentoring.com.au, where you can find a mentor, or if you're in Perth, you can join the Perth mentoring program, where we'll find your mentor as well. Both of them ultimately lead to you getting a mentor, but just one is very Perth specific, while the other one's more global. All right, thank you very much for your time. It's been great. Well, I would say talking to you. It has been great talking to you. And yeah, have a great Wednesday. Speak soon. Bye.